So we have some big news that dropped last night, y'all. This is big. This is big. Mar-a-Lago tech director retracts testimony, reportedly implicates Trump in obstruction of justice. I've said, and many others have said, the easiest case against Trump, the biggest slam dunk case against Trump, is over the classified documents. Why? Because it's pretty cut and dry. We know he wasn't supposed to have these documents. They weren't just classified and top secret. They were the top level of classified and top secret. We're talking nuclear secrets and things of that nature. Stuff that's held in what's called a SCIF, which is like, it's permanently under lock and key and you can never take it out of there. And Trump took it out of there and had it in his bathroom at Mar-a-Lago. So one of the things that we learned through reporting after the fact is they very likely moved a lot of these boxes purposefully to hide them from the feds after they had been given like a year to give this stuff back and gotten a tremendous amount of leeway. And then, of course, the feds had to do their raid. But they were hiding it from the feds. Okay. Well, of course, that's a crime on top of a crime within a crime. Well, originally, Trump was paying the legal fees for a lot of these people who work for him, who were, who had to talk to the authorities. And that's a good strategic move because it's like, well, you want them to stay loyal to you. One of the things you're going to do is look out for them. Well, guess what? One of the guys directly involved in covering this stuff up left Trump's attorney, got his own attorney, and immediately started chirping and telling all the details about what went on behind the scenes. And needless to say, his argument is going to be, yeah, that guy was the head of the snake. That guy was calling the shots. That guy was telling us to commit crime X, Y, and Z. We might not even need to have the conversation about the Jack Smith charges or the Georgia charges because this one is cut and dry. It is black and white. It is so clear. All right, so here's what they say. Taveras, who worked as the IT director at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort, reportedly retracted his court testimony from the retention of government documents case and implicated Trump in obstruction of justice after dumping his Trump PAC-funded lawyer, according to a new court filing. According to the filing, Trump employee 4, identified as Taveras in several news reports, was informed in June that he was the subject of a perjury investigation before being offered a lawyer from the federal public defender's office to replace his Trump PAC-funded attorney. So in other words, they put pressure on him and said, you're going to go to prison for perjury. And then he started talking. Stanley Woodward, who was also representing Trump's valet, Walt Nauta. On July 5th, Taveras then informed Chief Justice Boasberg that he no longer wished to be represented by Mr. Woodward, and that going forward, he wished to be represented by the first assistant federal defender. According to the filing, quote, immediately after receiving new counsel, Trump employee 4 retracted his prior false testimony and provided information that implicated Nauta, Carlos de Oliveira, and Trump in efforts to delete security camera footage as set forth in the superseding indictment. So in other words, when they moved these boxes to hide them, when they were supposed to give them back to the feds because they're top-level classified, there was security camera footage of it. But Trump knew, oh my God, they're going to try to get the footage. And so he ordered some of his lackeys, hey, go get rid of the footage. Delete the footage, do whatever you got to do. And this guy's going to testify to that happening. To say you're caught red-handed in this scenario is the understatement of the century. I mean, I don't want to pound the gavel yet because it's Trump and Trump has 87 lives, but it's damn near over, son. Now the only question is the timeline. How quickly are you going to get this done? Ideally you'd have it done before the primary, but, certainly you better have it done before the general election because this is now, honestly, it seems like a mere formality at this point. I mean, all you need, I guess, look, here's the point of caution. All you need is like one person on a jury who's part of the Trump cult. And yes, I use that word purposely because we just covered the poll where 71% of Trump voters believe him over their friends, over their family, over religious leaders, over whoever. He's like number one on the list of people they believe whenever he says anything. So if anybody's part of that cult, yeah, he might be able to get away with the most obvious crimes in the world. But, if they're not, somebody else would already be donezo over this man. Would be Dunnington.com. And so this is a big deal because before all we had was speculation about, we know that, the prosecutors are putting pressure on all these people to flip on him. But it was just speculation. Will they flip? Are they going to flip? What exactly do these people know? And, it's all a little cloudy and misty, and we're unsure where the chips are going to fall. But in this situation, now we're being told in no uncertain terms, somebody's chirping, they know where all the bodies are buried, and Trump is probably shitting bricks, which, by the way, gets back to the main point here, which is, guys, there's a reason why he's trying to prosecute this aggressively in the court of public opinion, why he's ranting on Truth Social relentlessly. It's because he feels like, oh my God, I can't win in the court of law. They got me. So I got to act like, oh no, it's all political, it's election interference. Actually, the election was rigged, and he's trying to plow through in the court of public opinion because in an actual court, he's probably going to go down. But look, even on that front, there's going to be very strict terms as part of the release in Georgia. And if Trump continues brazenly violating the terms of his pretrial release in the instance of Georgia, he might actually end up behind bars before the trial. So, I mean, we'll find out, man. But this is wild stuff. Like I said, I'm very close to declaring it's over. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.